So when we were in Tokyo, we stayed in this hotel, APA, and this is a big chain. They have a lot of locations around Japan, and they actually have locations in North America as well. So we happened to browse through the reading material when we were staying there, and we were pretty shocked by what we found. Basically, they have a book that is written by the CEO, and in it he says that the Nanjing massacre is a complete lie, that's completely made up. And we were shocked by this, especially because they had a lot of Chinese people staying in the hotel when we were there. But they didn't seem to know about the kind of stuff that the CEO was writing and putting in all their hotel rooms. Yeah, so right now we're actually outside one of these hotels. It's not the one that we stayed at, but it's pretty much the same kind, it's the same name. And what we're going to do today is go in and try and buy the book because I read online they sell it at the front desk. And we really want to show you guys what is written in this book that they put in all of the hotel rooms that is written by the CEO. So maybe you can use that to inform your decision on whether or not to stay here, because if you decide to stay here, that's where your money's going to go. So I stayed in one of your other branches, and I was wondering if there's a book in the room. Could I possibly buy it? There's a book. I stayed in another APA hotel in Tokyo, and there's a book in the room.
Today?
Not today. Oh, a book. Yeah. I was wondering. I think I saw. No. Can you buy a book from you guys? No, it's like a essay book.
Essay.
I think so. Yeah, that one. Yeah. This one, the black one. No, the other one. Yeah, that one. Is that an English one or?
English.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. I bought it.
You bought the book?
I bought the book. Okay. Oh my god, the girls were so nice. I feel terrible. Okay, so this is the book that we bought at APA Hotel. And at first we were planning to go back and actually confront the people working at the front desk about it. But they were super nice, and it became clear that they're really not involved in this. I mean, they didn't write this book, and it seemed like they weren't really familiar with it. So we figured it's not really fair to drag them into this. It'd be a little too mean. So we just came back and we're going to talk about it here instead. To give you some background information about this book, this is in all of the hotel rooms in APA hotels, and it's written in Japanese and English. So here's some English, Japanese, there you go. Okay, and this book talks about APA Hotel as a business, since this guy who wrote it is the CEO. This is his pen name. And he also talks about history a lot, as you can see, history. And one thing that he mentions pretty often, very many times actually, is the Nanjing massacre. And we just picked out a few quotes so you guys can see what is actually written in this book that appears in all of the hotel rooms in these hotels, which are very widespread. So let's start off. There's something on page 15 I'm going to show you. So right here, okay, there you go. And he writes, Japan also has the potential to attract 50 or 60 million foreign tourists in the future. Japan is located near countries with large populations such as India, China, and Indonesia, and is benefiting as these nations' income levels rise. I do feel that this is hindered by conflict with China and South Korea, stemming from historical issues. But China has toned down its claims that 300,000 people were slaughtered at Nanking and that the Senkaku Islands are Chinese territory, perhaps because it becomes increasingly clear that these are falsehoods the more these issues are discussed. Okay, so that's pretty shocking. Okay, moving on to page 25, he writes, so that sufficient responses can also be made to China and South Korea, I will provide support to the maximum degree so the Abe administration becomes a long-term government. Okay, so basically it seems like what he's saying here is that the money from people staying in his hotels is going to support his political views, which seems like something that a lot of people would disagree with or not be happy about. So, okay, on page 37, he writes, illogical things are being taught as history. Take, for example, the theory of the massacre of 300,000 people in Nanking. It is known that before the fall, the population of Nanking was approximately 200,000, and that 1 month after the fall, it was 250,000, making it impossible for 300,000 people to have been slaughtered in between. If 200,000 women were forcibly moved from the Korean peninsula to work as comfort women, there should be records of objections, but none exist. Therefore, neither the Nanking massacre nor the forceful displacement of comfort women took place. Yet both China and Korea turned their backs to their own actions and repeatedly accused Japan of these untruths. And then he even continues on saying, China and South Korea continue to make claims regarding the imaginary Nanking massacre and forced prostitution for their national benefits. So, yeah, there you go. Technically, he has every right to put this in his hotels, and he has every right to say and believe whatever he wants. But the fact that he is taking the money of Chinese and Korean tourists who stay at his hotels without them being aware of his political views and where their money is going when they stay at this hotel just strikes me as disrespectful and kind of dishonest.
要是我一开始就知道这个信息的话，我是绝对不会订阅这个酒店的。而且我们也是在这个酒店第2个晚上才无意之间发现这本书，然后才读了一下，所以就可以想象这家酒店那么多中国人，估计很少有人知道这本书。对，所以今天我们的目的就是让大家了解一下这个信息，然后让大家在订阅这个酒店之前稍微想一下。
Really, the point of this video is just to educate people about this hotel. We're really not trying to diss Japan or Japanese people, and the things that we talked about are only applicable to this hotel. So we don't want to make it sound like we are not having a great time, because we are having a great time. Pretty much everybody here has been super polite and kind to us, and it's a beautiful country. We just want to make sure that people are able to make informed decisions about when they come here and they choose a hotel, because we definitely would have chosen a different hotel if we had known better. So some of you guys might already know about this because we briefly posted about it on our weibo, and also there was an article in the Global Times that was talking about this, and the reporter actually interviewed us about it, but she did not put our names in the article. But yeah, that was us as well.